If you are a dreamer, come in. If you are a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer. If you're a pretender, come sit by my fire, for we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in. It's a poem by Shel Silverstein to start off our magical journey through virtual Sunday school. I'm Shannon Boston, your Director of Religious Exploration at All Souls Unitarian Church, where we love beyond belief. Each week we'll offer a mini lesson, but before we start this week's activity, I want to talk to you about our peace practices, which is something that you can continue to do day in, day out, that's part of your Unitarian Universalist identity, part of your All Souls genetics, as it were. Our peace practices are 3 simple yet pretty profound rules. They go like this. 1, be kind in word and deed. That's everything we say and everything we do. Number 2, respect yourself and all others and the environment. That's a lot. That's respect everything. And number 3, everyone gets to play. These are practices. This is what we try for. Every day, we set this intention. We say, this is what I want to do. I want to be kind in word and deed. I want to show respect to myself and to everyone and to everything. And I want everyone to get a chance to enjoy themselves. I will try and make that happen. And with that kind of attitude and that kind of intention, the world can be a better place.
My name is Elle Fowler, and I am one of the CRE instructors down in the children's wing on Sundays. Normally I work with 4th and 5th. And I had just been thinking a lot lately about some of the feelings that I've had during this time of social distancing. So I wanted to gather us together today for a story and an activity. But before we begin, I'd like to light a chalice, and feel free to light one at home along with me if you have one. I have a reading that I'd like to share as we light it, and it's from A Light in the Attic. This is a Shel Silverstein poetry book. So I'm going to read it, and I'm going to light my chalice. Feel free to light a chalice along with me. There's a light on in the attic. Though the house is dark and shuttered, I can see a flickering flutter, and I know what it's about. There's a light on in the attic. I can see it from the outside, and I know you're on the inside, looking out. It's been nice to go on walks and see my neighbors' lights on, to see that they're home, just like I've been home, spending time with my family. As I've been spending time with my family the last several days, I felt a longing. I've missed a lot of my friends, and I teach school as my job, so I have missed some of my students as well. I get to see some of them online and video conferencing, but it's not really the same. And as I was thinking about those feelings of longing and missing each other, it reminded me of a story. So I'm going to read this story, and it's called The Invisible String. And I've got some bigger pictures so that you can see as I read along. This book is called The Invisible String, and it's by Patrice Karst. and she's dedicated it to the children of the world and the magic of their strings. Liza and Jeremy the twins were asleep one calm and quiet night. Suddenly it began to rain very hard. Thunder rumbled until it got so loud that it woke them up. "Mommy, Mommy," they cried as they ran to her. "Oh, don't worry, you two. It's just the storm making all that noise. Go back to bed." "We want to stay close to you," said Jeremy. "We're scared." Mom said, "You know we're always together, no matter what." "But how can we be together when you're out here and we're in bed?" asked Liza. Mom held something out right in front of her and said, "This is how." Rubbing their sleepy eyes, the twins came closer to see what Mom was holding. "I was about your age when my mommy first told me about the invisible string." "I don't see a string," said Jeremy. "Well, you don't need to see the invisible string. People who love each other are always connected by a very special string made of love." "But if you can't see it, how do you know it's there?" asked Liza. "Even though you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it with your heart. And know that you are always connected to everyone you love. When you're at school and you miss me, your love travels all the way along the string until I feel it tug on my heart. Well, and when you tug it right back, we feel it in our hearts," said Jeremy. "Does Jasper the cat have an invisible string?" Liza asked. "She sure does," said Mom. "And best friends like me and Lucy?" asked Liza. "Best friends too." "How far can the string reach?" "Well, anywhere and everywhere," said Mom. "Would it reach me even if I was a submarine captain deep in the ocean?" asked Jeremy. "Yes," Mom said, "even there." "Or a mountain climber?" "Even there." "A ballerina in France? A jungle explorer?" "Even there." "How about an astronaut out in space?" "Yes, even there." Then Jeremy quietly asked, "Can my string reach all the way to Uncle Brian in heaven?" "Yes, even there." "Does the string go away when you get mad at us?" "Never," said Mom. "Love is stronger than anger. As long as love is in your heart, the string will always be there. Even when you're older and you can't agree about things like what movie to see or who gets to ride in the front seat or what time to go to bed. Wait a minute. You two should be in bed." And with that, they all laughed as Mom chased the twins back to their beds. Within a few minutes, they were asleep, even though the storm was still making the same loud noises outside. And as they slept, they started dreaming of all the invisible strings they have, and all the strings their friends have, and their friends have, and their friends have, until everyone in the world was connected by invisible strings. And from deep inside, they could now clearly see no one is ever alone. sometimes when I'm really missing a friend or someone I haven't seen. I like to put my hands over my heart and just take a deep breath and think about sending them love through all of those connections. Maybe we could all use a little reminder of that love and how it feels. So for today, for an activity, I thought that it would be nice to get some string and some scissors and make a little string bracelet around our wrist that can remind us of that invisible string that connects us to everyone we might be missing or longing for right now. This is something that I like to use as a tool when I know I'm not going to see someone for a while. Sometimes my friends and I will get matching strings and we'll tie them around our wrist to remind us that even when we're far apart, we're not really so far because there's love between us. So to make a bracelet today, I want you to take your wrist, and this is a lot easier if you have some help, but bear with me. And I want you to measure your string out. Make sure that it's big enough that you've got some extra to tie a knot with. When you find the right length, go ahead and cut that string. Good job. Some of you may have string like yarn that frays, it like falls apart on the ends. One way to keep that from happening is to tie a knot very close to the end of the string, like that. And the knot will keep that string from fraying. So I'm going to do that on both ends of mine. It doesn't really need it, but just to show, in case you need to, just tie the knot on each end. And then I'm going to tie this string around my wrist, making sure it's not too tight. I can still move around, but it's not going to fall off. There we go. Perfect. And now every time I see this string on my wrist, it can remind me that if I'm feeling sad or lonely, or if I'm missing one of my friends, I have an invisible string that connects me to them now and always. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed the story and that it brought a little bit of peace and comfort to you. As we always say in chapel at the end, go and be blessed.